Alrighty, everybody. Alright, turn that down a bit so we can slide some music in the background. And what is up, everybody? We are live finally. How we all doing, everybody? How we all doing? We got the chats up in my for whatever reason my what you call it, regular setup did not want to work properly without it keeping like crashing. So good to have you, Dark. How we doing, brother? How we doing? It's good to have you in here, brother. All right, give me 1 second here. I need to throw my fan on. There we go. Wanted to put that on low before we start smoking our cigar here. I actually went and picked up a special one tonight for today's stream. I would really want to pick this one up. Every time I go into this store, I see it sitting there looking me in the face, and I'm always like, I'll get you next time, I'll get you next time, next time. So finally decided to do it. So we got a Cohiba Blue. It's supposed to be like, I think, what was it, coffee, cocoa, and cinnamon is the notes. I might be wrong with one of those. I know it's cocoa and it's cinnamon, but I think the third one is different. But I might be wrong. But what I've done is I've punched a nice little hole in the bottom there. So instead of cutting it, normally I'd use my cigar cutter here. But we decided to go with this route here. I also don't know if the music in the background is even going through for you guys. I don't think anybody else can hear it. Just showing us at 76. Nice, nice. Is the music coming through for anybody? If it's not, I'm going to put my own music on in the background so I can listen and jam out to my own shit in the background. But we got some stuff I wanted to talk about in the news, get everybody's ideas and thoughts and opinions on, along with some updates to the channel as well, what I got going on. We got a lot of stuff I'm trying to clean up and take care of within the house. We got a lot of stuff we're moving around, shifting things around, things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is kind of in the moment, like, moving around. So that's why there's been a little bit of streams here and there, is because there's a lot of cleaning going on. Then, of course, so I have some friends at the church I've been going to as well on Sundays. They smoke cigars, so I have some cigars to go and share with them. I've been trying to decide if I want to keep one of the black or the red one here. I think I'm going to keep the red one and offer the two blacks and the white to the guys out over there, because the red one is honestly one of my favorites, and it's the only one that didn't come wrapped. So I feel like it'd be a little weird giving them the one of them that wasn't wrapped, whereas the other three here all have a wrapper around them. Whereas this guy does not. So modify a MG42 to have 300 ammo capacity. Damn. Might hear Erica while I was having... I might hear Erica while I was having fun with it. Wait, what? I was burned out over 4K ammo in 10... Holy shit! 4,000 ammo in 10 minutes. That's insane, dude. That's insane. So, yeah, they're going to keep this one here. But this guy is definitely a good smelling one. I love this one. I love the Macanudo Red. This one's a Macanudo Inspirato. Oh, sorry, orange. Because technically it's a Macanudo Inspirato orange. I don't understand how they call this orange. I think this looks more red to me than orange. I mean, I can see, yeah, it is orange, but it's like a red orange. You know what I mean? And it's definitely not as red as, like, my Carnage mug, right? So it's definitely not, like, that red. But it's on that, like, fucking borderline there. Okay, chat? Oh, okay, now I remember what you mean. She looks good on your end. Good to hear that, Madre. Good to hear that. I'm glad to hear that over on Rumble side. But yeah, these guys, all three. The one I haven't tried yet was this one. And the funny thing is that this guy, it looks like it needs to be smoked in a way that the fucking like little hole that it has doesn't affect it. And it's funny because none of the other ones have a piece of cedar. This one has a white band on it. It looks really nice. I might actually have to still go pick one of these ones up for myself anyways, just because of how nice this one looks. I haven't tried this one yet myself. This is one of the few of the Macanudos I haven't tried, which is called the Macanudo Robusto Inspirado White. So it's one of the few that I haven't tried by the Macanudo yet line. So, but every other one I've had from this line, including this small little quart one, was absolutely phenomenal. So I've absolutely loved those ones. So definitely a big fan of Macanudo for the cigar. However, though, these both came like this, the black ones did, versus it being like the red one. Now, every other one I've had, like the red one, or orange, whatever you want to call it, has been outside of a wrapper. It hasn't had a the wood cellophane wrapper. I say wood cellophane because I can't remember what it is. It's not actually cellophane because the cellophane's plastic. This is actually a form of like a kind of like a recycled kind of like wood that they use to make it that actually is breathable and allows it to keep the humidity and the temperature of the cigar stable while inside of it in the container too. So, but gosh, I love the smell of these ones though. These ones have such a good scent to them. I think the guys are really gonna like this one. That's why I didn't like bring it all the way up to the top because I want to put my nose like right on it. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be for somebody else. I feel like that would be really rude. But absolutely love this. I think the guys are gonna like these selections that I got for them. So, and I'll probably won't even finish the blue here, the Cohiba blue here while we're on stream because we're only gonna be live for about like an hour or so, chat. Just because legitimately, like I said, we got a bunch of stuff I gotta take care of tonight. I want to take care of tonight, I should say. There we go. It feels like that's off a little bit. I feel like it's not. Okay, whatever. So I put mine over here, my orange, and this guy. I also love the cigar pop that this one has. This is actually a really cool actual container. This is actually handmade in the Dominican Republic. I do believe these guys are. Let's see here. Trying to remember. I want to say these are Colombian or Cuban style wraps. I know the Olivia that I had the other day. That's a Cuban style wrap that I had. That was a phenomenal one. Actually, I gotta say that was a really phenomenal one. That was this guy we had. Now the other Olivia, that one I really liked before was the Connecticut one, the Connecticut Reserve. This one was a top 25 cigar aficionado one. So I was actually really pleasantly surprised by the taste and actual feel of this guy too. Oh shit! Moon Festival's in 2 days. Get yourself a piece of moon cake. I will definitely have to actually do that. I always forget about when the Moon Festival thing is. I always forget about that. Thank you for actually reminding me about that, brother. And before anybody asks you, yes, it's okay to pull on them dry without firing them up. I like how they taste before you actually light one up a lot of times. And I will say, I actually like some of these smaller ones like this, these gauges, versus some of the bigger gauges. Just because some of the bigger ones just feel like a little too gaudy in the hand and stuff like that when you're trying to hold them like this and try to actually puff on them. They just feel too big. Or if I'm walking around town and stuff and I'm trying to puff on a cigar, it can get a little obnoxious when I'm trying to walk around and not be like in people's faces with it. So I get really irritated when I get people that do the whole like, oh my god, I gotta block it. I can see the smoke clearly not going near you. Shut the fuck up. I hate when people do that shit. It's so fucking stupid, dude. Honestly, really is. Now I always still do a light like this just on the outreach of it, just so that way, you know, it makes it a little bit easier to actually get it going here. Less lung power needed. What I love too is the fact that like I was showing the grandmother the cigar collection I got going on here, and the funniest thing ever was that she was all like, "Oh, I don't want to smell the cigars." Da 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 da. And I made the comment straight to her. I was like, well, you haven't smelled the last 4 that I've been smoking in the house." And she was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Exactly. So shush." I was like, "You haven't smelled a single cigar that I've smoked in the house yet, so I don't want to hear it." But yeah, Granny, the grandmother, is apparently not a fan of cigars, which I did not realize that because I had never heard her ever bitch about cigars ever in my entire life. And then the other day, like I said, I was showing her the collection. She goes, "Oh my gosh, you have cigars? I better not smell them." It's like, dude, I've been smoking them for like 2 weeks now in the house. Maybe even longer now, actually, like 2 or 3 weeks now. It's been, I think, since I started smoking cigars in the house. Wow, that's a very smooth draw and a really good smooth taste too. Wow, that's okay. Okay. So the guys that I usually smoke cigars with, they usually tend to have like, and again, it's not knocking anybody's choice of cigar. It's not knocking anybody's choice of cigar, but they usually got like the factory smokes, right? So they're like the more bang for your buck type deal. They buy a brick of them for like $50. Not bad. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. Solid deal for if you want cigars just to smoke, like crazy. If you happen to be like myself and you just like to smoke. And I I honestly just find that just having something like this is nicer because then I can puff on this multiple times throughout the day, put it out, maybe smoke it again tomorrow, whatever the case is. You don't actually have to finish a whole one of these in one sitting. Oh yeah, mm, that is nice. That is nice. Yo, how's it going, Mini Fox? Good to have you over here on YouTube as well, brother. How we all doing today? It's good to have you, sir. It's good to have you. Like I said, as you can see, we got some stuff I got to still take care of back here. We've been going through a bunch of stuff. Also finding what clothes I'm going to be donating and getting rid of that I haven't been wearing, using, or anything like that. So that's a bunch of stuff we're taking care of as well, chat. So a lot of stuff we got going on here. If you guys haven't heard up in the stuff that's going on in the news, honestly, it's crazy to see yet another crazy shooting going on at a church or a synagogue. In this case, at Manchester. It's just I would love to see a lot of this crazy shit stop. I would love to see it. I really do see it being as a battle for good and evil in all these days. I gotta say, this is definitely worth the $20. So for a $20 cigar, it's definitely worth it because like the ones that the factory smokes we smoke usually over at the church and all with the guys and stuff like that. They're I think they said about like $2.33 a pop. Technically, be crate out the whole brick, right? Because the brick's about $50 or so for 25 cigars. So that's really not that bad for the price you're paying for the cigars. But when you want something that's just going to be, you know, I feel like more robust, more like satisfying to smoke sometimes. I feel like something like this is a lot more satisfying than some of the other ones just because like this is actually I feel like hits those like those moments where people are like like oh man I feel like that nice do you have a feeling you get when you smoke a good cigar or you have your first cigarette of the day for those that smoke cigarettes because vaping just does not hit those same notes and I've always explained that and I've always said that as well. I've always stood by that as well. They don't hit the same notes as like a cigar or even a cigarette do. And then the feeling in the mouth too is actually really nice. Like this is a very very smooth cigar. I gotta say, very impressed for it. Being only a $20 cigar. Because like when you think of the world of cigars, you think that man these must cost like hundreds of dollars, $40, $50 that just to get a good one, right? Just to get a good cigar. And I will tell you right now, I don't know how many fools out there spend money like that on cigars, but I can tell you right now that there is a lot of cigars that are in the $20 range. Specifically, this brand right here, Macanudo. Every single one of these three. No, I should say I don't know about necessarily the white one specifically because I haven't tried this one, but the black one and the red one, or orange, whatever you want to call it, that one is great. The other one I really liked is this guy here. I got these 3 jars. So we got what is this one here? The Monte Cristo, Classic Toro. This one was a really good one here that I had from the shop. I actually bought 2 of these. That's why there's 2 nubs in there because I've actually bought 2 of them. It's like if I get more than one, I'll try to collect them and put them in there as little markers for how good they are. This one I've ever just bought one, but this was holy shit. Was this this was the cigar of cigars for me right here. This is what really got me re-hooked back into them. And it was the My Father El Citirian Toro. That one was a fucking phenomenal one. And then we got the Olivia Connecticut Reserve. This was another fantastic cigar. And because you don't inhale a cigar, there's a lot of I get a lot of looks sometimes from the college kids around the area that act like oh well you're not doing it properly or da 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 or oh it'd be so much cooler if you actually inhale. And I actually had one dude be dumb enough to be like it's cooler if you inhale it, right? No, it's not. This will actually irritate your lungs way more than it needs to. True, yes, yeah. If you're not a smoker, yeah, you can get a good deal on food. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I value that as well too. I look at when I buy cigars, something like this, right? The point of buying something like this, is it the same as buying a pack of cigarettes, right? For those that are buying cigarettes to smoke for in between work shifts, things like that, or while you're at work or doing whatever, those are meant to be oh, I need my moment of nicotine. I need to get it in right now. I need that that feeling of relaxation. But I only have 5 minutes to do it. Blah 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 blah. Whatever the case is, right? And the idea of having a cigar is okay, I want to be able to kind of slow things back down a bit and feel more relaxed about things versus it feeling like I gotta constantly be speeding through everything. Does life need to always be on the go? Do you always gotta feel like you're go 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 go, or do you feel like you can slow down things a little bit, take some time and enjoy life a little bit, especially the small things in life too. So, and I find and I've always said nobody needs to smoke just because I'm smoking a cigar or that I vape or whatever the case is. I don't think that you need to push that on people. But when I look at people like the LDS churches, and not a reason to fucking shoot up a church just because they tattoos and stuff like that. That idiot that shot the LDS church. But it's when I look at my friends that are LDS members and they're like, oh yeah, I can't smoke or drink coffee or drink beer, da 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 da. I'm you are just missing out on so many little things in life that are just so much fun, like smoking a cigar and just enjoying life like that. I was gonna say fried chicken, but I feel like barbecue lately. Dude, barbecue, I'm not gonna lie, man. We don't have enough barbecue joints around here, and I'm really missing. I want a really good shredded pulled pork barbecue sandwich, on a good hoagie that is just gonna be $12-13, make it a big old fat sandwich like that round, about maybe that long. Boom, you're good. And we used to have one. It was this really nice, solid, barbecue joint that we had. That was uh, not only did it do really good smoked barbecue pork, but they did really good smoked chicken as well, and a brisket as well too. And it kills me now. I can't get any good barbecue like that. Now I will say when I want to get Mexican food, there's this Mexican family that we're friends with actually here in the city, and they're amazing people. But they make the best brisket in town. I just wish I could get that style of brisket in a barbecue. If their father ever did a brisket barbecue, oh my gosh, dude, that would be to die for, dude. I ain't even gonna lie, that would be the greatest shit in the world. I mean, since there's no way we can afford a house these days, why don't we just have some good small stuffs instead? Yeah, dude, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah, I may not have a nice ass house or anything like that, but I can enjoy a nice quality cigar and have a nice barbecue. Dude, that would be the best part right there. Have a nice barbecue spit going right now with the cigar, with maybe a nice a nice glass of like Di Serrano or a nice glass of wine right now. That'd be perfect right now, especially with some like good barbecue meat right now. Because I think one of my I think my favorite drinks I've ever had with a cigar has got to be a stout. So, well, the U.S. standard, I think it'll be more like a grill instead of barbecue. The one I'm talking about. Well, so depending on how you do it, right? Because there are people that do barbecue without doing it on the grill. For instance, like a lot of times we would do like barbecued pulled pork, and it doesn't mean that you're barbecuing it like actually like on the grill. We'll actually poach the pork in a pot and then make it super fucking tender, and then shred it up and then put barbecue sauce on it, and i.e. that becomes barbecue. So now barbecuing is the act of actually like grilling and making barbecue food and stuff like that, which technically it's just really just grilling in general overall. It's not really specific like you're putting barbecue sauce or like type of barbecue like ribs or anything like that specifically. But you can do that. You can cook ribs like that. But you can cook ribs in the oven. You can cook ribs in the pan. You do like I just said to you, you can poach ribs as well, and then you just pull all the meat off the bones and shit like that. Oh, it's so amazing, so good, so good. You can also grill for a little bit, then throw them in the oven and give them that nice sear or bake like that too. Ooh, ooh. There's a lot of great ways to actually to do that, though. Honestly, and sadly, a lot of the places around here we have only like electric stovetop, so it's really hard to do like walks and stuff like that unless you do them on a grill or on a fire top. I really want to get a fire top for the house here, or just get a decent like size grill and a wok that I can just throw on the grill and then just do it that way, so I can actually make some good, authentic, actual like Asian food. Let's see here. How long have we been live for so far? 25 minutes. Again, so chat, we are going to be only doing a small stream tonight, guys, about an hour long. About 25 minutes in so far. Just wanted to let you guys know, just so that way anybody that pops in and stuff like that, maybe right at the last minute, they all know, hey, we're not going to be going for too long tonight. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff I want to take care of, but I wanted to hang out with everybody, vibe out with everyone, smoke a cigar, talk about what we got going on too for the plan for the week, which also, so tomorrow I will try to get a stream going from the shop if I can. There's just been a lot of crazy, hectic things going on between the shop and everything else like that. I was trying to fucking get my ID taken care of today. That was a pain in the ass. They actually moved the DMV on me, and I didn't realize it. I went to the wrong fucking building. Get there, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, for real? But, damn it. Why can I not? Okay, hold on. Let me, Derek, send it to me via Discord if you can, brother. So I can actually pull it up that way. For whatever reason, it's not letting me click on it through Rumble Studio, and I don't think it'll show up by the time I get back over on YouTube, and I'd have to have you like resend it that way anyways. So I'll just have you shoot it over here on Discord so I can check it out real quick. You can do it in general or DM, whichever way. I'm a little waiting for my shit to load. Finally, there we go. A small electrical stove, and you just have some fun with it in a restaurant. Ooh, dude, a smart charcoal stove like at an actual restaurant, that'd actually be dope. Let's see that type of like cuisine there. Did you set it on Discord, or did you post it in the general, or? So can I actually? Well, let me just fucking do. Oh, wait a minute. Aha. Copy. Boom. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, so yeah, technically, in a way, like that for us would just be generally like barbecuing like that, and we would still call that like a grill because even though like it's not like the just the regular lines like the grill like that, it's still a grill in that regard. So we would still call that barbecuing or grilling, even if it's indoors. Like you can do indoor barbecuing, which is so fucking much fun but dangerous. Will not lie, because just in case you actually have like a open fire like that, which I do like that. That looks like an old little like fire pit and like a little actually like cast iron like pot with like some wood or something like that in there to make that. That looks cool though. I like the way that looks. Like I don't know if anybody else can actually look at that link that way. I'm gonna post it like this in the chats here real quick so you guys can check it out, especially over there on like Kick. And I'll repost it again. So this way it's on both YouTube and Rumble. So if anybody wants to check it out, like that's what Dark's talking about right there. That is actually a really cool style of barbecue, though. I gotta say, like I would be down for something like that. Like not even lying. Can I please screen share this? I swear, I don't know why it's not letting me do this. I'm definitely saving that image though, because that is. That looks so fucking tasty, dude. And, like all the meat and everything that around it, the rice. Looks like there's like some shrimp going on over there as well too. Like, dude, that just looks so fucking good. And like the smell of the foods, I can only imagine how like good that would smell just right there. Oh, I just had teriyaki chicken, teriyaki grilled chicken and rice, and I'm like literally now fucking starving all over again from looking at that. It's like, oh fuck, I could totally eat again. That's like the magic of like Chinese food, man. You go to like a Super China buffet, right? You could go and eat anything you want in chat. And correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me right now, anybody in chat. You go eat at Super China buffet. You can be like, oh fuck, man, I'm so full. Oh fuck, did they just bring out egg rolls? You're like, instantly, anything that happens, you're just like, oh no, I can't eat another piece. Oh no. Oh, is that General Tso's chicken? Like, did it restock? Oh fuck, all right, I'm going to get another plate. Like, it never fucking ceases to amaze me, man. You can never not go to Super China buffet and just not keep eating. You would think I'd be like about 300 pounds because of that too, because of how much I loved eating at Super China buffet like that. Like every birthday I could, I would be like, all right, like where do you want to go for food? I want to go to Super China buffet. I got to a point where everybody would be like, no, we're not going to Super China buffet anymore. You got lots of kind of restaurants like that, dude. See, you guys got all good shit, Dark. That's what I mean, dude. I gotta go visit Taiwan, man, dude. Taiwan would be so much fun to visit. Enjoy the culture there. Enjoy all the great restaurants. Dude, like, you guys got some great food over there, man. Appreciate you still being in here, Fox. How's the day going for you, man? How you doing? Is your stomach feeling better today, Fox? Hopefully the tea's been working for you. I like, and you can also have the AC on. That's the best. I mean, you know, he's not wrong. He's not wrong with this chat. He's not wrong. That is true. That is true. Like honestly, too. Like you guys do got like some crazy. Like I will say, like your guys' 7-Elevens compared to like even like Japan's. It's so like mind bending with what they serve in them, and you're just like you can literally get fucking anything you want in one of those 7-Elevens. You know, you go to ours and it's like you can go get shot, maybe get some drugs, but you ain't getting like a fucking 5-star meal. You know, like you are in fucking Japan or fucking Taiwan. You know, like you're more likely to get fucking stabbed or shot at a 7-Eleven in America than you are fucking get good food. I'm just saying. Doing good. Just cook some food. Nice, nice. What you got? What you cook up for food there, Fox? Oh man, look at how perfectly they wrapped that. Damn. I can slide the band off and it's still a perfect wrap cigar. There's no fuck up, no flaw anywhere in that wrap. That is the perfect wrap of a cigar right there, chat. That is beautiful. That is going in my collection of bands. I already got a collection of jars and tubes going on. I try to only keep one of the tubes, like the red tube I'll have, the orange one, whatever you want to call it. That guy will go. The blue one I keep. These guys I'll keep because, like, even though, like, for instance, these are just clear glass ones, but they are different ones. So this one here, like I said, is the My Father one, and then this one is the Monte Cristo. So, and the Monte Cristo was a $16 cigar. That's why I got two of those guys. So. Also, some steamed salmon and mashed potatoes. Nice, nice. You do any like dressing or anything like that on the salmon, or you just do just some steamed salmon? I feel like salmon's good with a good balsamic vinaigrette reduction. If you got something like that on there, that's pretty good. And if you got some good mashed potatoes, like now, I will say that the best potatoes to do with either a cod or like a salmon or even a bass would be red potatoes. Even if you do that mashed or non-mashed, I think roasted reds are best with fish, in my opinion. It's like roasted reds with some shallots or chives, like that mixed together. Ooh, that's some good shit right there. Because the shallots don't overpower the fish or the chives with the potatoes that way. So it's a very nice combination right there. We always joke about 7-Eleven here, like, soon they'll need to learn to cook ramen and do your taxes. Dude, you guys have, seriously, like, when you show me pictures of your fucking 7-Elevens, I'm like, man, like, if I was to go to a 7-Eleven now, like, over in Spokane, Washington, which is literally, like, fucking, as we like to call it, fucking Spokompton, all right? It's not like Chirac, which is, like, Chicago, right? But it's fucking Spokompton for a reason, right? And you fucking go there. You'd be like, yeah, can I go to 7-Eleven to go get a slushie? Oh, shit, is that a drug deal? Oh, nope, that's about to be a murder about to happen. Never mind. I'll go get a slushie somewhere else. Like, that's literally how you would be. Not even fucking joking. And fucking Spokane sucks for that shit, dude. Why anybody lives in that fucking ghetto-ass fucking city, I don't know. I mean, it's the definition of, oh, yeah, just let a Democrat run your city and see how fast it goes into the shitter. Oh, that's rough, bro. So you can't even have any dressing on the salmon right now? Can you have any seasoning at all right now? Or would any of that cause your stomach pain right now, brother? Like I said, I don't know if you tried it yet. Go get some Verner's. It's a ginger ale made from my home state of Michigan. God bless it. Verner's is one of the best ginger ale in the entire world. Fuck Canada Dry. Canada Dry sucks. Okay? Ginger ale from Mountain Vernon. You get a cup of that, put that in like a mug, warm that up in the microwave. I swear to God, that is the greatest absolute Michigan cure of all time. It cures anything. It cures the fucking fever, the flu, fucking stomach bug, whatever you got. It's literally a great one. You're on a dairy diet. Well, again, like, again, certain dressings you don't have to worry about it being dairy. And then, or if you mean dietary diet, then I can understand like that too, or dietary restriction. But also, I would say like the ginger ale, though, it's just ginger ale. You know what I mean? It won't mess with a diet of any kind. It's totally safe and healthy to drink. It's probably one of the best sodas you could actually drink out there, in my opinion, other than maybe like the Olipop sodas. But legitimately, like, just get it like a little cup, like a little mug, of fucking Verner's, warm it up in the microwave, and literally the warm ginger ale, it does wonders, dude. It's literally a cure all. I'm telling you. It might be placebo, but fuck, I'm telling you, man, that's the greatest placebo I've ever had in my life. Ah, it's a fine cigar there, chat. It's a fine cigar. Yeah, it is crazy to see though, like some of like the different dietary restrictions I've been seeing from people lately. I feel like a lot of people are just getting sick from like a lot of just the heavier processed shit that's in the food, honestly. Because like I've seen so many people saying that they've had issues with their stomach, their fucking digestive tract, or they're having issues with their intestines in general, like whether it be like fucking being constipated. I had literally a customer tell me literally he had to go to the doctors for fucking like a good solid 2 to 3 months because literally every time he went in there, they were like, "Yeah, we gotta like do something because you're fucking so backed up." He ended up having a surgery that I had from when my appendix was being removed, but they had to do it where they actually had to like pull his intestines out, flush him all out, and then fucking literally put him back together. And he said that literally he was like the first week or two he felt so good, and then he went and ate at some restaurant and instantly fucking regretted it. He said he was like, I literally felt like I was about to die afterwards. I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Like, probably not should be eating some of this processed food we're all eating constantly like we do. How are you all doing today, guys? How are you all doing? It's good to have everybody in here so far. Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful week. Hopefully you guys are doing well for this start of the fall. I don't know how it is for a lot of y'all, but it is definitely fall weather over here. Like, it is definitely fall already. Like, this is probably going to be the most on-time winter and fall we've ever had in the last 7 years. I'm not even joking. Like, last year, our winter started so late that it felt like we weren't even going to have one. And also, if you guys have any ideas for anything that you guys want to see for content-wise coming here soon, let me know. I'm going to be working on a couple different videos for this upcoming week that I have planned for both the Mac content that I wanted to do, some Dr. Squatch content for some of the new bricks that they've dropped and everything like that. Also, some other content too, along with some of the stuff about like these psychedelics here. These little guys have cost me a lot of life. I'm telling you, man. Whew. But I will say they've also helped me with the ego deaths and stuff like that. Corn syrup just has sugar and 100%, 100%. I really do regret like that's like the biggest like downside for me is my soda intake because almost all the soda I drink has corn syrup in it. So like I need to do better about that. But for the most part, I cut corn syrup out of my diet and I just get sugar. Like that's why I hate diet sodas. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna drink a soda, I will just drink the fucking sugar, and ideally the corn syrup that's in that versus like the aspartame and the corn syrup and all the other shit like that. That ends up becoming like blood. What is that like? Was it sugar alcohol and stuff like that? So instead of having it be like that, I'd much rather it be just fucking sugar. Just make it sugar. Let that be in my system. Like even when I'm eating candy and stuff like that, like I try to look for the candy that's just plain natural sugar, cane sugar, whatever the case is, versus it being some artificial things like that. Because it's like, yes, sugar's bad for you, but I would much rather have just the regular sugar than the fucking synthetic shit, or even like all the other bullshit that we use to make things sweeter too. Here I said I went and smoked this whole thing while we were on stream, and look at this already, chat. We're already down to this far into the cigar, man. But it's been a good cigar. Like this Cohiba Blue, I gotta say, I've not had one yet, and it is definitely worth the money. These guys, there's a $44 version of these guys. That's a bigger, thicker gauge, I think, of the Cohiba Blue. But I went with this one. It was only $20, and dude, this is like literally, like I said, like I don't know why there are people out there that spend that much money, like $40 to $50 on a cigar, when you can spend $20 and have a great one. Or you like my boy, Dark was said, dude, you spend $20 and go get yourself some good barbecue. It's funny. This is actually like perfectly smoked too. This is literally the best wrapped, best burning cigar I have had yet, chat. These Cohiba Blues, like this is actually burnt perfectly. Other than I would say actually the factory smokes, right? The factory smokes are consistent with how they smoke, and I do like that. That's why the guys end up smoking them a lot at the church because they smoke really well. They smoke even. You don't have to worry about like uneven burns or anything like that. So it's a really nice, pleasant cigar and smoke. You know what I mean, chat? So. Or honey, if you have a Jerry in your home. I just got the reference. I was like, wait a minute. Oh yes. I don't know why, but I always think of the stupid first time you start to really see that episode or see that shit, and then he's like, it's Trisha talking to Summer, and she's like, "Oh, it's kind of cute. Your dad's a beaky," or da da da. And then she finally goes, "Summer, I kind of want to fuck your dad." "Oh, really, really?" And she just fucking like leads it on so hard. It's like we couldn't fucking tell, Trisha. We couldn't tell. Have you seen the season 8 at all? There's a Jerry episode in season 8, by the way, bro. Chef's Kiss. I loved that episode. It was such a good episode. It got me a little bit in the heart and the feels. It felt good, but oh man, it was such a good episode. Such a good episode. Like as much as every bitches about like the new like voice actors and stuff like that, and like whatever that's happened with Justin Roiland. Obviously, I'm pissed with what happened with Justin Roiland, but like I gotta say, man, the show's still good. It's still good. You know, like the what was it the Rick, the Mort, and the Ugly, fucking amazing episode. Amazing fucking episode. The Hot Rick episode that was at the end of the season. Oh my gosh, that thing was a fucking gut punch. Like, dude, like I ain't gonna lie, I have actually felt that I've actually enjoyed Rick and Morty more so since it's got darker and deeper in emotion versus it just being these as just one-off, beats and stuff like that. A lot of times, the fact that a lot of it's all kind of full circling back to everything now, it feels good. It feels good. I'm excited for season 9 too. Like I'm definitely excited for season 9. Plus, also I've been also like in conjunction doing watching all like the Rick and Morty and all that stuff like a bunch. I was like I've been telling everybody, I've been going back through Dune, so as you guys can see, I've been reading this a bunch. So I'm actually on page right now. I'm on page 205, and I ain't gonna lie. One of the last lines in the on the last chapter, which was about Dr. Kynes and all of them going and saving the guys from the crawler during the Dune Part 1. If you guys haven't seen the movie, definitely go check out the movie. I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. Dune is a fantastic movie. It's the adult Star Wars, right? But I love this line right here at the end of it. Against his own will and all of his previous judgments, Kynes admitted to himself, "I like this, Duke." And I was just like, I like the line. It really, like, the whole build up to everything that built up to that line was just fantastic. I absolutely love the book for that. Like, again, it's so hard to translate such an amazing fucking book like this to film, man. And it's just, it's so good. But I won't lie to you, like literally the newer versions of like Rick and Morty have been really good. I think what I liked about it the most, right, was that I feel like we're finally getting a deeper sense of Rick. Morty feels a little bit more mature in a lot of ways. Like the dude, the fucking this the that's a Morte. The one where they did the spaghetti episode. If you know, you know. I don't need to fucking fill in anybody else. I don't want to spoil that shit. If you have not seen season 7 yet, you're fucking up, man. You need to go watch season 7. I don't care what anybody says. Season 7 was great. I will say the only thing I didn't like in season 8 was the first episode. It was the only one I didn't like because it felt a little flat. It felt a little flat. It felt like it went up very quickly, and then just whoop, and it literally plummeted. There was no plateau. You know what I mean? Where it carries that high note for a little bit and then slows it down. Right? That episode started so high, and I felt like they didn't know where the fuck to go up there, and they just went boop, right straight down because they just didn't know where to go. Because it was so good of an episode at the start that you're like, where do we go from here? And then you're like, the only kind of went with that route. All right. But everything else, I gotta say, season 8 was just like, damn, that's good. Damn, that's good. One of my favorite songs comes from season 8, Pennies. I fucking love that one. That was such a good song. Plus, I also like the ending that we got with Mr. Poopy Butthole, too. Or Wayne, as everybody calls him now. I fucking love that. The Mr. Poopy Butthole. Such a great story arc to that one. I can't wait to see where we go with that as well, to that story. There's just so much fun to have with the show, man. There's still so much fun to have with the show, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Like, I think it's one of those first times in a long time, I gotta say, about a cartoon that I'm actually excited to see where it's gonna go with it. Uh, and it's still, makes me a little upset that, like, with South Park removing the Charlie Kirk episode, because I mean, like, dude, I mean, that spaghetti looks tasty. It does, do it, and the way they describe it, I'm like, fuck, that sounds so good, man. No, I love when Morty fucking gets it cold. He's all like, "Oh man, I think it's actually better called Don't Be a Hipster." I like that. I like that part of the line right there. Oh, it's almost better cold. It's like, "Don't be a hipster." But yeah, no, there's some great fucking episodes, man. There's some really good episodes in there. But like, when South Park like removed the Charlie Kirk episode, I was a little upset about that because Charlie himself liked it, man. Like that was. Like, I mean, I get why they would maybe do that, but it wasn't like that caused the shit, right? Like, that was, he himself could laugh at it, man. It's like, that's why I loved and respected the dude a lot, Again, he was a great inspiration, and fucking, to literally have one of your role models and fucking inspirations literally just be taken out long before his prime, dude. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with so many people out there. I think that we would have seen the presidential elections go like this, right? I think it would have been JD next, Marco Rubio after him after two. Like, JD does 2 terms, Marco does 2 terms, and then we get Charlie for 2 terms. That's what would have happened. Charlie would have came in and ran 2 terms, and America would have never been fucking better than it ever would have been at that point, in my opinion. And look, if you're not proud to be an American, if you don't like living in this country, get the fuck out. Okay, we will gladly fund your fucking tickets and your visa, all that shit like that. We will denaturalize you as a citizen and send you the fuck home somewhere else. You don't like it here? Fine, fuck off. Literally, you should absolutely, if you're an American, be grateful that you live here. Versus some other like third world fucking country or anything like that, right? You know, yeah, maybe not have as many cool things as like over in Taiwan, sure. But you know what? Like just like I would much rather live in Taiwan than I would rather live in fucking communist China. You know what I mean? And you have fucking people like Hassan Abi who are like, oh no, man, like, when the Chinese overlords come over here, I'll just start bowing down to them. It's like, you already bow down to China as it is, Hassan. Okay? Like, let's denaturalize them, send them to fucking Turkey, all that shit like that. It's good. Like, it's absolutely crazy, man. And as much as everybody wants to be like, oh, I want to, go and do streaming or do all this type of stuff like that to escape politics, let me explain something to you guys, right? There is going to be a point in time here soon where you will not be able to, because it's going to infect every fucking thing that you know. The woke style of it has already tried to. We're trying to put trans shit in everything. Why the fuck is it when I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy, I have to talk to a bartender who clearly looks like a girl, but has a deep voice like I do? And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, we gotta have the inclusion for everybody. Really? Fucking really? But they never removed those jokes, though. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't remove those jokes, or, I mean, granted, yeah, I guess there's the whole timing stuff like that, but like, the joke was made before that, though. You know what I mean? Like, they only got rid of the Muhammad jokes because of the fact, and that was against Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They did not want those jokes removed because, again, Islam is just completely bullshit as it is. If anybody believes in a fucking prophet who takes an 8-year-old girl as a fucking bride, I'm sorry, you have very little hope for humanity on that regard. Like, that is that is a lost case. That is a demon who thinks that's a good thing at that point. Oh, hi, Ronnie. Tate's a fucking Muslim. Oh, what do you know? Makes sense. Like, fucking, how the hell did Sneeko, who definitely claimed that he was gay at one point, fucking literally become a Muslim? They behead you for that shit. They throw you off of buildings for that shit. The fuck is wrong with that moron? And then you got one of these fucking dumb animals over here on Kick who says kill all the Jews and stuff like that. And it's like, Kick, he better be banned. You better ban that dumb motherfucker. That's just a stupid fucking animal, okay? If you say something stupid like that, you're a fucking animal. Okay? So, like, I may not like Islam. I don't want Muslims to die. I would rather them all be converted. You pray for your enemies. You do all that type of stuff like that. I don't want to see them all dead. I would love to see them all be able to be converted, move from, a horrendous, fucking just absolute atrocity of a fucking religion that's completely fake. It's about as, you could put it about as borderline as an LDS member, really. And I mean, like, you think about the subpart joke, right? The joke was made before the event happens. The event happens. Charlie liked the joke. He liked the thing. He even made the comment kind of like a Weird Al thing. It's like, oh, look, guys, we made it. We were on South Park. They made fun of us. And then, and I'm actually curious if it was actually Matt and Trey who asked for that to be removed, or if it was fucking Paramount. Because if you guys don't know, Paramount was the ones that actually removed, or Comedy Central were the ones that removed the original 400 and or 200 and 201. Yeah, exactly, Dark. Thank you so much for that, brother. Thank you. And I get what you're doing. You're like doing the whole devil's advocate, like talking about why they would maybe remove it and stuff like that. And I 100% agree with you on that as well. With going from the devil's advocates, I could see why they would do it. But again, yeah, and I agree. It wasn't meant to be like a harsh thing or anything like that. And then like they did the one for about JD, and JD loved it and stuff like that. I love JD just leans into the memes. This is why I really do want to see him as the next president, because he just leans into the memes. All the mariachi memes that we got from Trump with the fucking Hakeem Jeffries, that shit was gold, man. That was some of the funniest shit I have seen in years. Then he did the one where he had like the Trump mariachis behind him and stuff like that. I was cracking up so fucking hard, dude. Like when I first saw that, I was literally at work when that first happened. I was taking a drink of soda. I saw and I spit my soda across the fucking room. I was like, holy shit. I was like, that is fucking hilarious. Exactly. That's exactly what I was getting at too, Dark. Is he saw it as kind of like a badge of honor. I was like, look, guys, we made it. We got recognition from South Park. Obviously, what we're doing is making noise enough for somebody like that to take notice and stuff like that. And I love that. It's just like when people like that in the music who, when they got Weird Al to make a parody of their song, they're like, "Yo, we fucking made it, man! Weird Al parodied our song." Like honestly, there was so like, if I was to be made fun of by South Park, I would not take offense to it. I would literally be happy, but I would instantly be like, all right, I must have done something that they didn't like, because that's the whole thing, right? They were biggest fans and great friends with George Clooney. He fucked up. They still made fun of him. Why? Because no one's off the table. Kid, the only person I have not seen them ever make fun of really is Jennifer Aniston, and she's voiced a character in their shows. But I have never seen them actually make fun of her, because she's probably one of the few actresses that stays out of the limelight. She's not like Angelina Jolie. She's not like like Jennifer Love Hewitt used to be. All these other actresses and stuff like that. You know, and I use two examples: one that's a lot in the media, and the one that's not so much in the media. And even like she got ripped on by fucking South Park, but Jennifer Aniston still hasn't. In fact, actually, they make a lot of like compliments to her versus them actually ripping on her and stuff like that. So I gotta say, there's obviously a point to it, and she's good friends with those guys too. And for those that forget, George Clooney was the reason why the show even got really big in the first place. He helped spread it around with fucking bootleg VHS tapes. Because he spread the Spirit of Christmas card that they made originally for one of the producers at Comedy Central. But surprisingly enough, this cigar did not make me have to spit that much either, too, which is crazy. And it's funny too. This cigar lasted this whole hour of us being able to actually do this video too. That's what you know. It's a good stogie right there, chat. That's a good stogie. Lasts us the entire hour while we're vibing and doing this, stream tonight, guys. It's been awesome hanging out with everybody so far too. Like legitimately, like the more we get going with all this stuff here soon, once we get everything finally caught up on this end over here, I will be able to get the streams out, bam, 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 daily. Even if they're at the shop and stuff like that. There's also so there's a high probability. I don't want to jinx things. But I'm just gonna throw this out there. There's a high probability that we maybe change shops. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know yet. I don't have a lot more information than that, but I might be changing shops. Let's just put it that way. I'd be in better hands. Okay, better pay. More fun for you guys, actually, because the shop is cooler, bigger, has way more potential, and is closer. That's the point of South Park. No one is safe for comedy. A fucking 1,000%, brother. 1,000%. That is why I love South Park, because again, it's the oldest quote for them ever was. If you take off one thing to say that that's not okay to make fun of, then nothing is okay to make fun of. It has to all be okay or none of it is. There cannot be a real line where you draw in the sand, because that is literally when shit goes down. That's when cancellations happen. That's when people start being like, I was offended. Oh, fucking well. Like, nobody gives a fuck if people are offended by a South Park joke. Like, how many times have they said the N-word over the years? Come on, guys. Come on. Nobody gives a fuck. And why is it? Because, again, at the end of the day, it's fucking South Park. The reason why they get away with this is because they don't try to harp on or focus on these stupid things when they say certain words that people go, oh, they said it. Like, again, like, think about it this way, right? One of the greatest fucking comedy shows we ever had was Dave Chappelle's skit show. And they wanted him, the producers themselves focused too much on him saying the N-word. And they were like, that's so great, da-da-da-da. We want you to say it more, da-da. Missing the whole point. That's not what was funny, okay? Like, some of my favorite skits of his had, like, very little use of the N-word, which was, like, Chuck Taylor Jones when he plays the white news anchor. My other favorite one was, what was it, Tyrone the Crackhead. They got the, what was the his parody skit of R. Kelly's I wanna pee on you song? That fucking hilarious song. Like shit like that, man. Like again, there's so much more to the comedy than the stupid words that people would focus on and be like, oh my gosh, it's like okay, but that's just part of the fucking joke. It's part of the thing. Who cares? It's like that wasn't what was funny. Like the setup and the punchline, that was what was funny. Again, it's like you can also tell how stupid and how low IQ people are based on what they will say is funny too. I mean, that's a good, I guess, litmus test of how stupid people can be, right? So it's one of those things. There we go. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up here, guys. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I want to start getting going on the cleaning and everything like that tonight, guys. But I will be back, like I said, tomorrow. We're going to do a stream from the shop. I just don't know when. It'll be probably like later afternoon. But it won't be a late night one like this tomorrow. I will be just doing some cleaning and vibing with the family once I get home tomorrow night. So that way I can just going to get to bed on time for church in the morning. Because we have to wake up early to get to the church that we go to on Sundays now. Because that guy, They start up at 9:30, so we get there, try to get there by around like 9:15, 9:20. So we can get a good little spot in the pews, and then after that, they got a nice little. They do the hymns, they do all that little part of it. They do a small little service, and then they do coffee break, and then you come back. Then they do the actual sermons and stuff like that, and then it's after that we'll be coming home and kind of just doing everything we can, and then I'm gonna try to get some cleaning, but also get some streaming done as well on Sunday. On top of that, so that is my goal, guys. Big hope right there. But I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. So love you all, appreciate you all, and I'll see you all there. Deuces, fam.